passion. Wish you could feel how I feel when I'm at it. Like I can do anything I imagine. I love it so much because anybody with a dream they believe in. You're gonna want it like air when you're breathing. And if you think about leaving.
Chapter 8.
Bringing your wave to life. Bringing your dream to reality. Open quote. Goals are dreams with deadlines. Close quote. Diana Shorf Hunt. The last chapter was very short, but it is a key part of your wave surfing experience. Don't let anyone or any circumstance try to distract you or demoralize you once you know your why. Now refer back to your wave or your audacious goal. I would like you to set a realistic and specific date for achieving this. By doing this, you are learning how to focus your efforts more efficiently and gaining a clear perspective on what you need to do in order to make this happen. For example, if your wave is to become a personal trainer within 12 months, then you will need to work out the amount of studying you have to do in order to make that achievable. You might have to study for a level 3 fitness qualification to do this professionally, and this might take 2 hours of studying 3 nights per week so you are ready for the end module assessments. Alternatively, if your wave is to become a fully qualified fitness instructor within 6 months, then it might take 2 hours of studying for 6 nights a week. Now here's the smart part. Because you have decided exactly when you want to achieve your wave, you can look at this date and start to work backwards on your calendar, mapping out everything that you will need to do until you reach the present day. This will make your daily or weekly to-do list more accurate and effective. For example, your wave could be generating income from your surfboard, which happens to be photography. Now, assuming that you already have expertise in photography, here's what your timeline may look like. Starting at your destination, which is the date when you can start making money from being a photographer, and working backwards to the present day. I am booked for at least 3 well-paid photographic sessions per week. November, I start to promote my website to the people I met at the beginning of the year and convert it to paid appointments. October, get feedback about my website, business cards and promotional materials. September, start building my website. August, put posters or leaflets up in local cafes, creches, nurseries, etc. July, get business cards and leaflets printed. June, start designing business cards and leaflets. May, start working on packages which I can offer clients, for example, mother and baby photo shoots, school pictures, family portraits. April, create an online portfolio on Tumblr or Instagram showcasing my best work. March, taking pictures and editing, meet with my mentor to discuss strengths and weaknesses in my photographs. February, taking pictures and editing. January, source as many events as possible, weddings, christenings, parties, to offer my services for expenses only in order to build a portfolio and experience. In order to achieve this, you will need to tap into your imagination. Ensure that you are still working in a place of comfort and creativity. Imagine yourself at your desired destination and visualize exactly what you would like each month to look like as you work backwards towards the present day. You will then have a better idea of what you have to do in order to make your wave a reality. You will be clearer about the sacrifices you might have to make and the self-discipline you will need in order to allow yourself to trailblaze the pathway. We will cover the theme of sacrifices and self-discipline in more detail in chapter 14. Now, just completing my own set of realistic and time-specific goals was so liberating for me, like a weight being removed off my shoulders. As simple as it may seem, it forced me to really think about what I needed to do to plan the future, how best to use my time and sequence the forthcoming events. I could now foresee the rest of the year and construct my to-do list to ensure that I hit my monthly milestones. This will now become your roadmap or your guide through the next 12 months, but keep it away from the sharks. Once you hand this to your surfing instructor or mentor, There is no excuse not to experience great progress and of course massive excitement as you surf the wave towards your destination point. By completing this simple activity and referring to it on a regular basis, it will become even easier to avoid distractions because you now have direction. And direction is so much more important than speed. Speed without direction just means you are going nowhere fast. Now complete yours. Go. Visit www.waynejordan.com to see a template. Focusing closer on your wave. Now you have completed your action planner, the simplest way to align your focus on a daily basis is to create a to-do list. What's a to-do list? Exactly as it suggests, things you need to do. Based on your action planner, you now know exactly where you need to be in a year's time, and you have broken the year down into months. You can now break this down further to create small targets to be achieved every day to ensure you reach your monthly and yearly goals. Although creating a to-do list sounds quite easy, there is a science to it which will make it way more effective. The mistake that I made when I first started to do these lists was putting far too much on it. This gave me too much pressure and demoralised me at the end of the day when I was unable to tick off all my points. I also thought that writing a to-do list on the day I needed to complete the task was the way forward. I have since discovered a much more efficient way of approaching these which I will share with you. 1. Your action planner has been broken down into monthly steps. Now before you begin writing your daily to-do list, I want you to first establish exactly what it is you would like to achieve by the end of the week with clear reference to your action plan. By thinking in terms of weekly targets, you immediately eliminate non-urgent daily activities that just waste time and energy and focus more on the important aspects directly linked to achieving your goal. It's also easier to block out complete days for particular activities as opposed to trying to complete 5 different points in one day. I think that it's better to get 1 or 2 points completed to a high quality than 4 or 5 things done poorly. In other words, once you have your weekly targets in mind, write out your daily to-do list the night before. This gives you sufficient time to plan out your day in advance and means that you can get straight to work in the morning with no messing about. You also allow yourself some good time to visualize each point and work out how to avoid or overcome any potential obstacles. 3. I advise you to put no more than 3 items on your list at any one time and ensure that you complete them no matter what. No negotiation. No sleeps until those points are complete. Be realistic about what is achievable. Otherwise, there is only disappointment. 4. I know this may sound like a contradiction to the previous point, but do not become a slave to your to-do list. You are the master. It is the servant. At any time, you must be prepared to disregard your to-do list should the situation require it. As you know, by trusting the process and confidently working towards your wave, the universe conspires to support you. Opportunities will start to arise, and if one pops up which will elevate your progress, remember that you are not held by shackle and chain to this list. Use your moral compass to feel out if it is appropriate to disregard your to-do list. 5. While working through your to-do list, do make sure that you include significant time for your family, friends, and loved ones. Yes, you need to be focused. Yes, you need to be committed to surfing the wave. However, what's the point of achieving all of this greatness if in the end you have no one to share it with? If at the end you are alone? Picture Ebenezer Scrooge, the story of the man who had everything except happiness. It was his epiphany when he realized that he had to actually share what he had with his friends and loved ones in order to unlock his own happiness. The foundation to any form of success is through creating, maintaining, and sustaining strong, meaningful and fruitful relationships. Don't just take the fruits, you need to look after the root. Saying hi every now and then on social media or text does not compensate for spending quality time with people you love or respect. This cannot be achieved by being in a constant state of busyness. Being busy does not mean you are productive, it just means you are busy. The whole point of surfing the wave is to get out of this mentality to enrich the lives of yourself and others. If you are just going to be unjustifiably busy all day, you may as well stay in a 9-to-5 structure where being seemingly busy for no reason is celebrated. Surfing the wave means that you eventually generate an income through your passion whilst being able to pick your child up from the nursery, take them to the park, cook with grandma, go on spa breaks, exercise regularly, make a surprise visit to see your mum, help your friend move, go on regular weekend breaks, holidays and so on. Below, list a few important things that you will do with loved ones while still surfing the wave. Six, I really enjoy and hate this one at the same time. Imagine you are the boss of an up-and-coming company. As the boss, you plan to be out of the office for the whole week and will leave a clear list for your employee to complete, which will A, enable you to hit your monthly targets, and B, allow you to relax with family or friends with a clear mind. Go ahead and write down your weekly desired outcomes based on your action planner. In this frame of mind, you should find that you become really specific and ruthless with what you want to achieve. As the employee, when you look at the desired outcomes, which has been left for you the day before, I want you to view the boss and company as a place that you highly respect and want to see grow and expand. You know that if you meet each outcome to the best of your ability, then you will put your company in a better position, which ultimately means that you will be very well looked after within the company with loads of perks, benefits and financial rewards. Open quote. The discipline of writing something down is the first step to making it happen. Close quote. Lee Iacocca. By writing down your ideas, you are taking the first steps in bringing your ideas into reality. You have your surfboard under your arm and your feet are just beneath the surface of the water at the beach. Do not underestimate what's about to happen to your life once you take these next steps. Deep breath. Okay, let's proceed.